Is This Enough? With James O'Donoghue and David Hoare.
Hello and welcome to Is This Enough? The really brilliant game show that's brilliant and excellent. This is a brand new quiz podcast that will be launching properly on Thursday, May 11th. Hooray! And we wanted to give you a taster of what's to come. Each week, myself and James O'Donoghue will be posing 4 rounds to each other that we've made up ourselves and be posing an audience round for you at home. I am David Hoare. I'm a musical stand-up comedian, musical producer, and Twitch streamer. And with me each week is the marvellous James O'Donoghue. Say hello, James.
Hello, James.
Classic
no,
comedy.
that was hack.
Welcome to the hackiest podcast you'll hear. No, James is an actor, stand-up comedian, and painter. Ooh. If you'd like to stay up to date with the podcast, please follow Is This Enough Pod on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We're going to do 2 rounds for you today, 1 each. Let's get on with it.
Round 1.
Round 1, this is for 10 points a question, is called When Did They Stop Meddling? Was this ever an Olympic sport, James?
I'm all in.
You're all in.
I'm all in. Yes, please.
Have you ever watched the Olympics?
David, can I just say, I think this country peaked in 2012 when,
It did, yes.
When, of course, we hosted a little thing that I like to call the London 2012 Olympics that was hosted in London in 2012. Because I fucking hate the area of Stratford, and I am glad that it is now ruined. Good. Serves you right for having a shopping centre. Enjoy wasteland, fools.
Enjoy a tower that might be a slide, might not be a slide. I don't even know.
Oh, it's a slide. Who's that slide owned by? That's right, it's one of Boris Johnson's friends.
Oh.
What else? The architect that designed that tower also patented a black paint that is the blackest paint that you can buy until a rival artist, and he patented that, so he's only allowed to make that, and he makes it for like £500 for a small pot. Mm-hmm. And then a rival artist made something even blacker and sold that for like £12.50.
Yes, and he also put in a patent saying, or like a piece of thing saying that the original artist was never legally allowed to buy his paint.
Yes.
Anyway, keep it light. Let's have a light-hearted, fun quiz round.
Whoa!
Okay, number 1. Was tug of war ever an Olympic sport?
Fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. That's 10 whole points to you, James O'Donoghue. Wow.
I'm tugging my war right now.
I had a joke which was like tug of war or wanking in the trenches, and that was about the whole joke, and it never really worked, and everyone went, "Oh no!" So that's a bit fun.
Imagine watching the film 1917 and that turns up in it.
It'd be about as depressing as the rest of that film, I imagine. Question number 2: was cleaning ever an Olympic sport?
It is the way I do it, David. Because...
What methods do you use?
No, I just do it naked.
Oh, like the Olympics?
Yes.
Like the original Olympics?
Like,
do you get naked and start cleaning and going, "Oh, gee, baby"?
Yep.
Does anybody ever walk in and go, "Oh, geez, that's your nuts"?
Yep. They do, and I go, "Please, I'm ill. Please help." David, I think that cleaning could have been an Olympic sport. However, I'm curious as to how the dirtying would have happened pre-cleaning.
It's a whole. They have to do the dirtying round before they do the cleaning round.
Was it like concurrent cleaning, like loads of cleaners at once cleaning, or was it like
a timed event?
One cleaner would do, and they'd be like, "Oh, they've done that in 12 seconds. Let's get the big old sack of shit out again." And then the next contestant comes, that is 11 seconds.
It's either going to be cleaning where it's done like the discus, where it's one at a time, and then you're measured against each other, or it's done concurrently, like the 100-meter dash. What do you reckon?
I think it's. I think it is a timed event.
You're wrong. It wasn't an Olympic sport at all.
Fuck's sake.
You have been fooled. Amwaha, ha ha ha. Question number 3. Was motorboating ever an Olympic sport?
David.
Yes?
I'm sure,
That's my full name, by the way. David, on my birth certificate. My mother has a stammer, and the person taking the name was very pedantic.
David, I think that motorboating is, but I think that you might be taking liberties with what that also means as a phrase, motorboating, because I don't know if you know this, but it could be placing your head. Now this is rude. Okay, so just placing
On a
your head
podcast?
between two bosoms that a lady might have, or a gentleman.
Yeah.
Neither of them. It's something strange and wonderful. I could have just said non-binary person, or something else. Someone else placing your head between their bosoms.
For the purpose of the listener, James is non-binary and is fucking this up. It happens to the best of us.
Happens. I think actually, David. I think you'll find it happens to the best of them.
Carry on explaining motorboating.
If you place your head between two, maybe one, or none. If
Or 3, if you're in total or equal.
3 between bosoms, or getting your head between titties and going, "Bleh." David, that's what it could be.
Yeah, it could be that.
It could be that. Or it could be getting your head between two bosoms and driving a boat real fast.
Well, was either of those an Olympic sport ever?
Yes.
Which one?
The one on the boat, David.
It was indeed an Olympic sport, and it was called motorboating when it was an Olympic sport. That's 10 whole points to you. The next one, question number 4, was poetry ever an Olympic sport? Ooh.
Yeah. Like a competitive haikuing.
Oh, and then a competitive low cooing.
Ooh,
It's just one of
that's good.
the ground pigeon. Ooh.
Where we've just moved to, we've got land ducks, where there are ducks that just walk across grass, but in the same formation and in the same way that they swim through water.
Is it like a duck conga, or is it more like the flying V, like in the film Mighty Ducks? Did you ever see the second film, Mighty Ducks 2, Mighty Land Ducks?
I saw the third one, Mighty Ducks 3. It's rabbit season.
Mighty Ducks 4. Oh no, hoisin sauce.
Mighty Ducks 5. Avian flu. David, I think that poetry was an Olympic sport.
It certainly was. That's a whole 10 extra points to you there.
10.
The final question I have for you today, James, was wanking off a pig ever an Olympic sport? Popularised by Rebecca Lewis on Celeb Farmyard. Did Celeb Farmyard take inspiration from
Wait, what
the
the
Olympics?
Fuck is Celeb Farmyard?
Oh, on Channel 5, many a moon ago, there was Celeb Farmyard, where some celebs worked on a farmyard for a while as a reality TV show. And Dutch model Rebecca Lewis on television had to wank off a pig.
I know that is a job.
Yeah, but is it a sport
Yeah.
that was officially recognised by the Olympics?
I said it before and I'll say it again. It is the way that I do it. David, I'm all cash my chips.
You're wrong, James. Wanking off a pig was never an Olympic sport. The medal you got was not certified.
I feel harrowed. And speaking of harrow, David, did you know that town planning was an Olympic sport?
Yes.
I like that you heard that and you were like, James definitely knows that.
Yeah.
That is exactly the kind of inane shit that he knows.
That wanking off a pig wasn't.
Well, no. But
Which seems more likely, town planning or wanking off a pig? And James is like, tug that, oink. At the end of that round, James, you have a cool 30 points. Hooray.
cool.
Over to you, James.
Round 2.
David,
Hi.
welcome to my round, which is the Jubilee line or a master of crime. David, who said these quotes? Was it a line on the London Underground that stretches from Stratford to Stanmore? Or was it Mad Frankie Fraser, the late reformed gangster?
Okay,
For
I understand.
25 points each.
Oh.
25!
Oh.
David,
Hi.
obviously I'm not mad, but I could hardly call myself sane Frankie Fraser, could I? Who said that? Was it the Jubilee line or a master of crime?
I'm going to say, using my astute powers that have been often derided, that was Mad Frankie Fraser.
That was indeed Mad Frankie Fraser. What a turn up for the books that would be if it wasn't. Could you imagine? Oh, what an unreliable narrator I would look. David,
I'm suspicious now.
all change. Was that Mad Frankie Fraser or was that the Jubilee line?
See, my instinct is to say that is a train of some description. However, Mad Frankie Fraser could have put all change inside of a sock, beaten a man with the sock, and then somebody was like, "What did you put inside the sock when you beat him?" And he went, "All change. I'm going train. Give me Jubilee line."
I'm sorry, but it was Mad Frankie Fraser after seeing the redevelopment of the Docklands area.
Damn it!
David, who said this?
Yeah.
A light here for the London Eye and London South Bank Centre. Was that Mad Frankie Fraser or was that the Jubilee line?
Shit. So, if it was the Jubilee line, then that makes sense, unless it doesn't go to the Docklands.
No, it goes to the London Eye and London South Bank. You can get there via Waterloo Station.
Oh. Or Mad Frankie Fraser got a job being a tour guide. So I'm going to say Jubilee line.
David, no, it was Mad Frankie Fraser who was giving tourists some information on fun things to do in the city as they were on the Bakerloo line, which also goes to Waterloo Station.
Fair.
David, who said this? Who said that, David?
I don't know anymore. Was it Mad Frankie Fraser?
No, of course not, David. That was clearly the traction engine of a train on the Jubilee line. Imagine a cockney gangster telling you something like that. That would freak me the fuck out. Can you imagine? It's half 3 in the morning. A black cab pulls out. a squat yet furious looking Cockney comes out, throws a stone at the window. You open it, go, what? And he looks up at you and goes, standing stock still. They would have got so much more done if that's the kind of tactic that they'd employed.
It's good
instead
that
of
we're giving
employing
gangsters
those
advice. I really
David-
thought with this being 25 points a question that I'd be annihilating you so far. But after 4 questions, I'm still losing.
Okay, for the last question.
Yes.
Who said this? You're a fucking dead man, you hear? A fucking dead man. Was that the Jubilee line? Or was that mad Frankie Fraser?
I've been thrown every single type of deception by you in the opening episode of this deceptive podcast. I am going to say that was mad Frankie Fraser.
David, I'm so sorry. No! That was, of course, the electrified rail of the Jubilee line, which is a keen reminder never to go onto the tracks of the London Underground.
Not just fun, but also a safe podcast.
A podcast where we care about safety. David, at the end of that round, you've only secured 25 points.
Shit. So, at the end of that, James O'Donoghue wins episode 0. But unfortunately for James, it's episode 0, so it doesn't count. And the main reason I'm saying that is because I lost. Come and see if James can win the next episode proper. We hope you've enjoyed this little taster of what's to come. We've already recorded a bunch of episodes that we're really happy with, and we hope you'll enjoy them too. Don't forget to subscribe or follow the podcast on whichever your chosen platform streaming service is. And please follow us at Is This Enough Pod on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We will see you on the 11th of May for episode 1.
11th of May.
11th of May, the force be with you. Bye!
Bye!
Is this enough? With James O'Donoghue and David Hoare.